relationships with men 2 and 3 years. But in that same regard, I look at Ryan as saying he's been in multiple relationships for more than a year, and he's never loved a girl. So I don't know what we're getting out of this on either side of it. Like, I feel sorry for both of them in that regard, because to love and to be loved is an amazing thing. And if you haven't experienced it yet, like you got some stuff going on that you got to like break down the barrier to figure out why haven't you loved. Because, and I've joked about this with Tommy in the past, like when you're 15, 16 years old, you love the boyfriend or the girlfriend that you have. And then you realize in adulthood that wasn't love. Once you actually fall in love with a person. But he didn't even get the 15, 16 love to even get to the 25, 30 love to realize that 15, 16 wasn't love. So it's just, I don't know. I hope that they, even if not together, I hope that he finds love and that she finds a relationship that's fulfilling to her.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Bet. So, Ryan sitting up here starting stuff at the dinner table with asking have people talked about after decision day, because they just so happen to have moving her stuff in, which I think is weird, because it's like, are they both gonna say yes? You know, and it's just like they got what, 9 days left, and it's like, are you sure that both of you guys are gonna say yes? Now,
I would argue that they've had that conversation though. All my conversation's not gonna be on TV.
I don't know. Like, if I was Clara, I would be like still a toss up, because it's like Clara doesn't know. Like, Clara's last relationships had to be awful, because Ryan is giving the bare minimum. Like, she's requesting nothing.
He's just not treating her poorly.
He's treating her like a human being should, and not like trampling on her, but he's not giving her anything. And I think that's the sad part about their situation, because you're like, how is this girl ready to love? Not ready to love, but you know, basically ready to be married. But she really don't know herself. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. And that's the thing that I constantly go at, because it's like, how is it that you don't know how a man should treat you? You know, at this point, and you're talking about you're finna marry this guy. Like, you need to take a step back and figure out what is it that you're requesting of people, because like, you just like, if this is it, this is all you get, and then you just throw some sex in there, because you're not getting it all the time now. It may not change. You know, you may get it once, twice every season. You know what I'm saying? That's a possibility. You don't know. And I think it's just a sad situation that they're in, and the conversations that they're having, because like she pointed out with his letter, he just said, love Ryan. He just ended the letter, and she started crying. I was like, what did he say? I missed everything in that letter, because it's like it was just a letter to say thank you for being a nice person. Essentially, that's all he said. Essentially, was thank you for being a nice person, and she like took it as, oh, he professed her love to me, and you know, I like to hear people say nice things about me. Like, people say nice things about everybody, or at least they should. You know, like we always talk about you guys. We always say nice things, but it's I don't know. I think Clara needs to do some more soul searching before she says yes, and everything. And
she's gonna say yes.
Yeah, I know it. But
I hear that. Thank you very much. Always love. Jack and Glenn, what's your thoughts, man? You know, Clara, Ryan, love in the air.
I want to start with this part, because Artika and Tommy touched on it. Okay, me and my husband had a whole conversation about the love Ryan, and how she put an I in front of it and a U behind it. I said all he wrote was sincerely, best wishes from me, Ryan. But and she heard was I love you, comma, Ryan.
Hey.
I was like, that's not she. I laughed too. I was like, gosh, she is in a full waterworks over here. And somebody in the comments said, I was like, yeah, that's a nice way to put it. He didn't write her a love letter. He wrote her a thank you note. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you for being you. Thank you for always being there. I was like, where's the love? There ain't no love.
The love is she's moving into his place rent free.
No.
The love is that she's moving into his spot. That's the love, dog. You got to realize. I mean, I'm not knocking her because look, she is. Her other relationships must have been real garbage.
I said this,
but we know that because of what Pastor Cal said when they first met. We go all the way back to the matchmaking special. Mm-hmm. She said she had been in terrible first dates, and they was all terrible. And so Ryan is like showing her, hey, what she got right now, she done moved up in the world, right? And so she thinks she can't get anything better than Ryan. She's been on the show. He's treating her good. Only problem she has is she's not getting any sex. So she's like, you know what? I got a nice house. I got somebody I can talk to. My dog has a place now that he can relax on. I can go fly because she's an airline stewardess, right?
Yeah,
so I can go fly. I can fly attendant. I can go fly a couple of days. He'll take care of my dog because he already took him to training school. So I ain't got to worry about that. And guess what? I'm good. If he says I love you, guess what? I already know I ain't going nowhere. So I just need him to love me back. So I know he ain't going nowhere neither. Because all I need to know that he ain't walking out. Because listen, read between the lines what she said. She said, I've had sex with so many people and wasn't no kind of relationship. But she's the love thing. I also love so many people, but they never loved me back. Mm-hmm. So if she ever gets one person to love her back, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't leaving. So when he says I love you in a letter,
he ain't say I love you.
When he says love you in a letter,
no, it was love.
When he said
Ryan.
love Ryan in a letter,
sincerely, Ryan.
What she heard, y'all got messed up. I've been watching WandaVision all week, so her mind got messed up for what she heard, and so she heard love. I love you. Thank you very much. Yeah. And so. She's hooked.
You said, and I want to go back to this for a minute.
She's hooked.
August Love touched on this too. And when she says Ryan is the best relationship she's been in, I'm telling you, she is used to being used and abused. And he's not knocking her over the head. He ain't talking to her crazy. He ain't sexing her, even though she probably wouldn't mind that. He ain't sexing her 4 and 5 times a day the way she used to. She's doing him. He's not doing her. So, he's treating her like a lady. And so that's what he said. This is the best relationship I've ever been in. Like, wow. He ain't doing much of nothing.
But being a gentleman.
And that's the least you could do is be a gentleman. She is not used to a gentleman at all. And then, when it comes to decision day, we talked about that too. Have they talked about decision day before they get there? We say, yes, they have. But I still say, even though they talked about it, there's no guarantee. You might have said, we're going to stick together. And then I feel like, even though Keith and Iris didn't do it, I feel like Keith and Iris had that conversation. Then when decision day came, Iris was like, huh, what? What? She was thrown. So I think sometimes they do talk about it. And I feel like with Ryan and Clara especially, it probably is a lot of, yeah, sure, yeah, yeah, we'll stay together, yeah. And then come decision day, he'd be like, I thought about it, and remember what I had told you before? I think I'm going to do that.
Yeah, but she is staying because she's already, he likes.
She ain't got nowhere to go.
But not even that, she done fixed the cabinets up.
She ain't got nowhere to go.
She done organized his nightgown, his nightgown, his shirt drawer. She'd have organized everything for this dude. So he's like, yo, at least I got somebody who can take care of me. So guess what? I think every couple made a deal. I think every couple had a conversation. If you're on this show, I wouldn't imagine not having that conversation before decision day.
Right.
I don't want to get blindsided. Mm-hmm. So I want to know, at least tell me something. Yeah, no. And again, and in your heart of hearts, in your gut, you feel it, I think Ryan is telling her off camera, everything's going to be all right. Just let's do these 8 weeks. And I'll show you, he's showing her the real him when they're not filming. And so that's what she loves. He's showing her, hey, this is, you have the world. But just let's get through this 8 weeks. I really don't understand what I signed up for. And I'm tired of the cameras. And we'll be done in 8 weeks.
Good points. Good points. Good points. Go on, Lisa.
So I want to go, before I talk about that, I want to go to the kitchen where the ladies were talking, and Clara had said that someone had asked her, do you feel like you're losing yourself in this relationship? And she said, oh no, I don't think so, but whatever, it's mine. I like to take it slow. And I thought to myself, when she said, we've decided to take it slow, then yes, you've lost yourself in someone that you hardly know, because just a couple weeks ago you were hollering about it was too slow and you wanted him to be in this intimate sexual relationship with you, and you weren't getting that. And so every time we see you, you are actually making concessions for him and not sharing with him in front of us. Let me just say that, in front of us, how you really feel. You're not giving him the real deal. I need you to tell me that I'm attractive. I need for you to show me that you care. You're not telling him that to me, because it doesn't seem like that. I mean, that little peck that they had, I was like, oh, okay, that looked like, how a kid gonna kiss their mama. Like, it's just a, little cute little peck, and that's enough, right? So I feel like, number one, she doesn't know who she is. And so that's how come partly this love Ryan, sincerely Ryan, regards Ryan, respectfully yours Ryan, is a big deal to her. But on the flip side of that, if you listen to what she said, you can hear that her love language is words of affirmation. So that's why all that thank you, and thank you for being kind, and thank you for understanding me, and thank you for being patient, or whatever the hell he was saying, felt good to her, because she words of affirmation says to me, I love you. I love you. I mean, because for me, it's quality time, number one, then acts of service. Like, you need to do some stuff, but I need to spend some time with you. So that's how she talks. Like, she thinks, oh, this is it. I don't know what his is. Like, I don't know anything about Ryan, except for he's really not present. There was something else. Oh, one other thing, because I'm a little short. Y'all all had everything like all together. But her saying, I need him to say, I'm in love with you, Clara, is not realistic, right? Love Ryan is fine, because there's varying degrees of love. I love you with the love of God. I love you because you're kind to me. I love you because you cook really well. I love you because, you make me feel safe and you have a nice home. That's why I love you. But I'm in love with you, Clara, is totally unrealistic. I don't even know you, girl. And as far as we know, you guys are not on the same page with children, with religion. So I don't think that he's going to give you, I'm in love with you, Clara, and you're still going to say yes. So stop pretending like you're not going to say yes. Stop pretending like this is what I need in order to say. You're not going to say no. That's what I meant to say. You're not going to say no. You're going to say yes. There we go. That's what I meant to say. Reverse. So I just feel like Clara is just really like romantic. She talks about him needing flowers and roses and rainbows, but she's also romanticizing something that's not realistic, right? So he's waiting for that for intimacy, but you're waiting for it for a great relationship. So I don't know. You made him into something that none of us see.